What's up, everyone? Nethervvoid back with another Factorio for you. Checking the camera feed here. Episode 17. And we got a few things that I want to get done pretty quick today. First of which is to expand. We need to expand iron production. We only have 6 furnaces running. It's not going to be able to keep up. I want this thing full, and we're burning through iron pretty fast. And then we also need to start. Oh man, maybe we need to increase our copper too, but we don't use copper as much, so... Nah, the copper's doing alright. I do want to get loaders on this. That's one thing I wanted to do. So let's get that in there. This will just make it easier, because once we expand this, the fast inserter probably won't be able to keep up, so we'll just do this. Alright, boom. That's way better. So let's get to expanding the iron, because that's going to make this start going down, and we're going to need to feed it more. It's kind of a, that's how Factorio works. You adjust something, and then it kind of messes up something else. You got to readjust. Yeah, it keeps happening. So since I'm going to copy this setup, I have to kill all this. And we need a light in here. Why don't we put a light in here and recopy that setup? It's not this one. I wonder if you can reuse these probably, right? Let's see if I can. I don't think I can. I think I get one shot with this thing. Oops. These aren't regular blueprints. These are like those nanobot blueprints. So you can't. I don't think they can be reused. I might have to throw that one away. Shift right mouse button to clear. Okay, so I can. Boom. So what I want to do is copy just this. Okay. That's good. Yep, it's a furnace setup. That's totally true. So that's our furnace setup. So what I need to do though is prep a lot of this stuff ahead of time, or it won't build it. So we're just gonna make a bunch of these guys. Then we're gonna make well, we can't make a bunch of these guys. Why not? Oh, I'm almost out of this. There we go. Also, the reason that we need to keep working these forges is lead plate and tin are not going to last forever. They will run out, and so we need to make sure that we've got all that stuff ready to rock. So we're going to make some more inserters. We're going to need belt, which we have a lot of belts, so we should be good there. Luckily, this is not a very complicated setup as far as what different parts we need. Bunch of underground would be good. We already have lights. I'm going to rip this up now, because again, you can't overwrite something. Poles, I think, well, that might not be, we might need an extra one in there. Oh, we have 2, okay. Poles are okay, but we'll make a couple more. Would like to start using those medium poles, but I think it'll do for now. I just want to slap this in maybe twice more, right? So this will just increase it by 2. So let's kill this too. We've already killed our line over there, so I think what we can do is this. Yeah, and it starts crafting it up. We're going to need more of these dudes for sure. And then, why isn't that connected? Oh, it's actually not a complete setup. That's weird. It needs to be 4 probably to make it a full setup. So now we got to rip all that out. Welp. Okay, well, I think what we're going to do is we'll just fix it. Like this goes to this, right? And then, this goes to that, right? Oops. Yeah, we're just gonna rip this up. It sucks, but it is what it is. This needs to be a 4 deep setup, looks like. Which again, bad, but it is what it is, and we got to make it work. And all we have to do is get it working one time, right? But they're still crafting. Stop doing that. We don't have enough lights? Not really. Let's get a few more lights in there. Nice idea. No dice so far. Okay, let's set up one more line down here to make it so this will work the way we want it to work. Really, what I want to do is copy this, right? This is the end of that. No, this. So let's copy just this, right? That's what we want, I think. That's going to fill it out. We're also going to need some more, and again, I don't know why it's not in the main thing here. Ton more nanobot stuff. There, that looks like it is now a full-fledged setup for this. So I think it's a forge setup. Which means, do we have enough forges to make this work? We have 22. That's good. We have plenty of stuff. Probably not enough inserters. So we're probably going to want more. I thought we just created a bunch of those. Maybe not. Let's kill that, because we aren't going to need that until we have enough parts, right? Let's just do that. There you go. Inserters. More. A lot more. Can't wait to automate those. Some of those things are my favorite things to get automated very quickly. While we're just screwing around with that, why don't we come down here real quick and dump off some crap. I'm going to move that box so that I'm going to probably just shoot that box, to be honest. The box we have down here. It's not, well, we'll do this because I could technically still use that at some point. Maybe. But I'm not positive on that. So we're doing crafting speed upgrade 2. That's probably good. Let's get this box back in right here with just the extra crap we don't want. Oh, this doesn't stack? Yeah, it does. We don't need the geodes, right? We don't need these or that. Some other stuff we just need to throw away. Or I mean put where it needs to go. We're almost running out of wood. That's interesting. We don't need those currently. Could need them in the future. Alright, so I think we're good. Let's get this thing set up. Let's get everybody back online. We're going to start having problems down here with this guy not working if we don't get this thing done. That's not going to probably be enough to make this whole thing. Let's make some more nanobots. We need to automate these nanobots pretty quick. This is going to take too much time to keep creating these. They don't last very long. There we go. So, is that a fully functioning setup here? It looks like it is. Everybody looks like they're good to go. Really just need this. Okay. Well, that was enough of an expansion. Because again, we're going to have to start running like steel and all that. I was thinking possibly that we should start setting up a bus before we set up the level 1 metals, because I'd like to just take those off the bus instead of, then I can basically leave this space, make my bus, create more of the level 1 metals, and then put those back on the bus and start moving it out that direction. I think that's what I can do. Well, I've got some water, but I could landfill it. I really see there's another base. They're surrounding me. I really want to go out that direction with my build, which means the forges probably should run that way once we're all done with the forges. I think for this, I'm going to get some rudimentary steel going just alongside it until we can figure everything out. We're going to need steel fairly quickly, so let's get this kind of over here so it gets out of the way. But yeah, I think, see, I'm going to need steel. A lot of what I want to do is more and more steel. So while we're waiting for everything to craft up, let's come back down here and start working on some more production. How's the iron going now? Yeah, it's slowly going down, but we've got tons, so I'm not too concerned. Let's get a couple of these other guys up to speed by laying some of these sorters. There we go. Get some power. We're probably gonna have to do this. Perfectly fine. These are not exact build, like exact same setup, but I don't really care. Let's set up rubyite, which means this guy's gonna have to go. It's gonna have to be this and like this or something. We need more loaders. We already knew we would. We need probably some of these dudes, basic electronics. We're gonna start running out of that too. That's why we really need to get these lines all set up and start producing. Yeah, we're gonna have to start making those as well. We've got one. Let's start working with this. Let's filter it for rubyite, right? So we're gonna do crushed rubyite. There we go. We've got just the rubyite coming in. And then it looks like we're gonna start running into issues here with this guy. So why don't we... Well, I don't think it's going to be that big of a problem just to... Oh, okay. No problems. That's perfect. So again, let's see, 3... Do we have this setup copied? I don't know if we do. Let's look at what we got. Yes, we do. Let's put that in here. Build it. We're going to need more splitters. Again, can't wait for this basic stuff to be built because I don't like to spend a lot of time on this. So that ate all of our inserters. So making loaders generally does that. Let's drop off some ores and junk like that because I'm just carrying a bunch of stuff. We can kind of do some housekeeping while we just sit here and wait. This goes there. Slag. Let's put you away. I know we got some iron in here. I'm not sure how we get all this crap, honestly. Stone we need. I think everything else we need. Except that burner crusher. We don't need that. Right? No, it's a regular ore crusher. Well, for now we're fine. It doesn't matter to me. We've got one set up. We're just about to get the last loader in for that. So let's hook this guy up. And he just needs an input to the underground right here. And then some of this. Action. And then we just need to tell him we're doing that. Copy the setting. The rubyite should start flowing. We set it up incorrectly. That was too soon. We needed it right there. So let's go pick this ruby up. Alright. Oops. This is how you get all that ruby on you, isn't it? Alright. So we've got that. Somehow we've got one of those. Okay. So we're getting something. We're getting some stuff. It looks like we're getting lead and tin? I don't know. Well, first of all, stop what you're doing. Because I'm about to ruin the image and style that you're used to. It's a really old song. Let's see who knows that one. I love that stuff. I love when you guys are like, oh, that's this song, or that's this movie. It's really old. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. We're old geezers. It's just fun to like see who knows what music. So we're getting... Again, it never tells you, so let's pick it up, I guess. I can't? Where'd it go? Where the hell is it? Oh, here it is. Lead. Okay, we're getting lead, and I bet you that's tin. Nickel. Nickel. We have not dealt with nickel yet, so we will put it back. Oh, we'll forcibly put it back in. Lead and nickel. So this is going to be our slag. That's kind of obvious. We'll copy this guy. Your slag. You cannot go back in. We've already figured that out, so we'll do it till slag comes out. No? Okay, there's slag. I picked a lot of it up. And then the way that we've done it over here is this guy... Oh, really? The copper... Oh, I think these should be reversed. Well, we've already got it set up. We'll leave it. But in general, whoever is producing more, which is the lead in this case, is going to come out of this line right here. So we'll make you lead, and we'll make you nickel. Now we just have to pick you guys up. Looking good. Awesome. Put this back in, because I don't really feel like carrying all that crap. Good. Now we can put these in. And they're working. Great. That's awesome. So now we're going to get lead and nickel. Nickel's in a next level up ore that we have not been working with, which is perfectly fine. But, well, we don't need that. We don't need that right now, actually. We need this one. We also need that blueprint book, because I can just put this stuff in the blueprint book. We can't make it yet. We need the next level. I keep saying that. You guys are probably like, Nether, we've already been over this. But let's go for it. Wow, the loaders almost came in all the way. But we will get that soon-ish. Everybody else is good. We've got all the splitters we need. Probably need to make some more. I'm going to lock that in, and then I want underground and splitters. Alright. So we've got the slag coming in. We can start dealing with slag. I think the slag is going to be one of the hardest things to deal with, because everything's going to produce slag. So at some point, we're going to have to figure out how we're going to deal with this thing. We're also out of transport belt, so let's go get more of that. What do we do? How are we doing for time? 15 more minutes? Sweet. Sweet. And you're going to need another set of plates, probably. How am I doing on steel? Getting a little low. There, let's just pick all this up and refeed it because we don't have... And then, I'm not going to grab everything out of here, but we need a lot of this. We go through it a lot, really fast. And here's why. Boom. Okay. Build me steel worthy of Mordor. Okay. We also need a lot more copper. We're burning through it pretty fast now. So we're going to need to expand our copper forge as well. We can do that. These are not going there. They're going there. We can do that soon. I also need the tool belt. Let's go for tool belt. It's not much. Actually, I wanted steel forges. That's even cheaper, right? Let's go for tool belt. Do we need to refeed this thing? Are we good? Yeah, we're good. Let's get also a couple more science labs. I think we have enough. We're built up enough where we can support. Let's say 10 labs. Let's do 10 labs. So everything's getting pretty crafted up. We also have an inserter shortage now. We have underground belt, right? Did it produce that? No, we're still working on loaders. Let's just kill the loader. I want underground belt. There we go. Underground belts are what we were missing there. We're missing something here. It's belt. Does this not have belt right there? It does. Build it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I should build that thing to say, look, relax. You don't have your setup. There, now these guys should be set up. We're going to have to clear them out. I think that's what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do is copy this setup because I want there to be a hole right there, right? There, that's a better setup. Change this to sorter. There we go. Perfect. Now they won't auto run or whatever. Alright, let's get this back in there. There's the slag. We don't want you. Hook these things back up. There, now we're sorting. We just need to collect. We don't need this. We really don't need that either. We could just... We're doing it here too, aren't we? Let's just do this. Saves us a sorter. Or a splitter. There we go. And we're doing it here too. We're actually doing this whole setup. It's not that big a deal. I don't really care. We fixed that. We're fine. This guy's all locked up now because they cannot export, which makes a lot of sense. What are we doing now? What are we waiting on? We aren't. We were getting transport belt. We have the transport belt now. And we also need a couple more warehouses, so we'll try to get that moving. Oh, good. Perfect. A couple more warehouses. We're going to move the slag. Really should have just put the slag way down here and just... Or right there. You know, slag production. What I should do is just run it that way and then underground all these guys and stuff so that we can get this working correctly. So we'll stop these guys. Let's stop this at least. This guy needs to go underground one more. And these are going to have to go underground. That's not going to work because I'm turning right there. Well, let's just pick all this up because now this isn't going there, right? The slag is going to continue down this direction. This probably doesn't have to happen either. We are going to have to do something else right here. So, this can't go so close like that. So, let's see. Do we have more warehouses? We need more. Well, we have this one. Let's use this guy. So we've got this, right? And it's 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3. Like that. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's correct. It feels like we need more space than that. It's not really flowing with what we've got going on down here. It's fine though because we get two different kinds of ores when we produce these. 1, 2, 3. So we need lead, nickel. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna get tin. Let's make a few more of these. Can we make any more? We can't. We need more steel as always. Luckily, these guys are working, so it's a good thing I filled these up. I've played this game before, right? Now these guys can't go fast enough. Let's put some fast inserters here. Do we have another one? We do. Perfectly enough. That's going to help a lot. Just keep this guy running. Let's keep him also in plenty of plate. Now we got a slight shortage on iron. It's being fed, but it's not really working out that well. Let's put some of these guys in. We'll put them in the front right here, because what we'll do, and we should start using, well, that takes steel. How much steel does it take? 2? We'll make a few of those. We also can do some big electric poles. We don't need those just yet. Let's start some of this action. Well, they don't really go much further, do they? And then we'll use the Mark IIs. We'll just do this for now. This is good enough. Ooh, see, did that connect? Yes, it did. Because I want some lights in here. That's why we're doing this. You're like, what are you doing? You got loaders, Nether. You don't need that. Here's why. We'll put a light every other one of these. Like that. Because I like to be able to see in the night. In the middle of the night. Okay. We need to fix this because we're going to start running out. We do have a backlog, but it won't last forever. We're going to move this. I'm not sure we can. We'll try to move it. We'll just keep moving it down. Right? Oh, it was just moving like half. So the slag is just going to be like... Oop, no. It's going to be like this. Right? And then there'll be a loader. Right there, as always. So what we'll have to do is we will merge these lines in. The thing is, we're going to have to merge them after the fact, or we can move this down one, which is probably the better idea. So we'll move this down. The problem is, we're going to run into some problems because we're too close. This has to run right here. We're too close to the warehouses. We should have gave ourselves more room. Yeah. But you live and learn. We've found that out. Should we move this back while it's not a complete nuisance? I feel like we should. We have a tiny amount of space, I would say, to move stuff back like 1 or 2. Why don't we do that? So that's the normal, right? So let's see what we can do here. 1, 2. We can probably get away with moving it by 2, which means this is all pointless now. So let's pick it up. I hate when I do that, but it happens. Again, this game is yeah, you're gonna do this. It's gonna happen a lot. Oh, I don't have any room to do anything. You are that. Alright, let's put this down here because I'm going to pick a bunch of them up now. And we'll just relay them down like so. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, there we go. You are... No, you're not slag anymore. So let's try to pick up this guy. We might not be able to. No, so we'll have to put iron here for a sec. There we go. So what I'll do is, until we need to expand this, I'll just leave it the way it is. 1, 2, 3. I'll just leave it the exact way we have it. That way we won't have to adjust anything. But when we want to put a second, if we want to put another set of warehouses here, we can. Oops, come on. That's oh no, almost everything. Okay, so we've got our lines running again. That's good. They will last at least a little while. Let's get this slag in here. So it's going to obviously run that. Oh, no, get out of that. It's going to run in that direction. And then we're going to split it right here because now we have 1 space, which I should have... Oh, we have 2 spaces. Technically, it could be right there. Yeah, let's do that. Again, screwing it all up. Well, let's just let that go. We'll run it here. We'll let that feed in. Now we have enough space for splitters. We'll just do it like this. There we go. I expect the slag line to kind of probably start get backed up over time. But for now, it'll probably work. But it's possible. But we're going to be producing so much slag, it's going out of style. Because every one of those processes produces a lot of slag. Okay, so the slag line is in, and it's something that we can manage. Let's get the copper line in now. We're going to run it this direction. The loader will be here, as always. That's our goal, which means we need to load it in about approximately there, which means we need to leave space to do this, right? And then we're going to have to do it again here. We'll do it on the ins. No, we don't care about you. We're going to do it on the inside, like this. So this one will come from this direction. We're being smarter this time. It would be nice to kind of do this. Well, we don't really have a choice. We aren't giving ourselves a lot of space there. But to put this underground and put the splitter in would be kind of nice. I'd love for the copper line to run right here. Let's try to do it with this. The thing is, we're going to come out basically like that and have to swing it back around. Which means we're going to need a splitter. So why don't we split it in like this? We're going to have to go underground here as well, right? And so we'll do it like this. Again, engineering on the fly, guys. And then we'll split it in right here. Like so, and we'll turn it in here. So that's how we'll do that. We'll do underground for this guy, right? Iron, we'll just, oop, can't do that. That's too close. Can I do iron any further? Yes, I can. So that'll be the iron line. That'll work out really nice. Well, I think. Again, gotta hook that guy back up or he's not gonna work. But we can do some undergrounds to kind of help us out in these situations. So, how are we going to deal with this? We can't underground around a turn. That would be a cool mod. Undergrounding around a turn would be a nice mod to have. How did we do this one? We went all the way under and then merged it in. So we did it just like this. So the way this would work is if we had another, we don't, so it doesn't matter. But if we had another copper, it would underground, it would be set up a lot like that. So we'll just do that. And we'll do this with this one. There. He's working. Let's get this back in because I can't see anything. It's really annoying. We really need these lights. We never moved slag, did we? And, okay, we got to do this trick here. Alright, let's move the slag one. Move the loader. Put in lights. Oh, we didn't get this guy a pole here. There we go. Lights. Boom. All right, we're back in business. This is a much better setup. I like this a lot better. So we're going to run iron, right? Our iron's coming along here. It's going underground. It's coming up here because it can't be max. Then it needs to go under again, but what we'll do is we'll split it in right here. We don't have another iron line. This is it. So we'll split it in right there. This is the final iron line. So there we go. There's the loader. We're split in. There, we got iron coming in again. That's good. All right. Those guys are working. There's one more iron line, which has to come up right here. We're going to do the same thing again here, where we're going to split it in over here. So there's a little bit of an odd piece here in that we do have to do a little bit of weird fancy footwork right here. That's probably not a good way to do this. But again, you can't go underground with your splitters right there. Actually, we can move this splitter up. No, see, you can't go under. That's on a turn. I should have given this more room. Yep, unfortunately, that has to be there, which is going to make everybody else more complicated. So let's get these guys in. They don't have iron. They don't have anything else. They don't give a crap. They're going to oops. They're going to these two guys. They aren't going to cross over. They don't give a crap, which is interesting. Maybe I should keep slag there. Nah, it's fine. Alright, so let's go down further. Let's just put these in. We'll deal with it later. Let's make these guys happen. They need to go underneath this. Let's just do the minimum here. And then they're going to have loaders. We need a couple more. We're out of time, but I want to get this in here. Let's move this. There we go. We're going to have to, no, we won't have to do it here. Alright, so this is kind of obvious. We'll run it this direction. We don't need to run anything else, so we don't care. We'll just run it directly in there. I don't know if we're going to get more lead. If we do, we'll deal with it when we get there. Kind of like we did the other guys. So now we've got that building up. And we have an... Oh, no, that's not what we wanted. Right? We're going to skip one. You are here. Where the hell are you? And you are here. So we need to move this over just by one. Again, not going to be a big deal. We can just run it right here. There is no more... Oh, nope, nope, nope. Don't do it. Don't do it, bro. There's no more iron coming in. So we actually could have just... Well, again, right now there is no more iron coming in. So we'll just loop this up this direction. Like we said, we'll handle this at some other point if it becomes a problem. And then we'll do the same for this guy. We'll just do this until it becomes a problem. We'll reroute it at some other point. There we go. Ruby handled. And we're not too far over the time for episode 17. So we've got these guys in now. We'll probably be expanding the copper forge on the next episode. Expanding. We need more science and crap over here. So let's just give it tons. We've got a lot of plate to work with now as far as it comes to iron and copper. I mean, we don't have an unlimited amount. We will be expanding that in the next episode and get this thing up to speed so we don't have to worry at all. But I think we're doing pretty good. We're on the right track here. Our production is really coming up quickly. So I've had a lot of fun. I will see you on the next episode or tomorrow, whichever that happens to be. And as always, stay frosty.